The pain of being a stepfather is something I will never wish on even my worst enemy. I loved her and her daughter. The baby's father died when she was born. I met her mother when they were both so alone and needed someone to love them. I was an older man with no kids who always wanted a family. She was younger than me. I always wanted to be a father, but never had the chance. I raised her like my own from the moment I met her. There was no blood test that could have told me she wasn't mine. I was there for her first steps. I was there for her first words. I knew what her favorite cartoon was, her favorite color. I read her books at night. I taught her how to ride a bike, how to fish, how to read. I never knew a best friend could be so small and have a heart as big as the moon. She called me Daddy. I called her my princess. One day she told me she didn't love me anymore. She said I was the perfect man and the perfect father on paper. I was loyal, I was kind, I was patient, I was supportive, I was romantic, I was committed, responsible, honest, and I gave them everything a woman could ever ask for. But she was missing that spark. She told me she wanted to find that spark with someone else and never felt it with me. She wanted to feel butterflies. I'll never forget that night. My stepdaughter was laying asleep in my arms. She packed her things and took her from my arms in the middle of the night. I cried and begged her not to leave, told them how much I needed them both. She didn't care. My daughter cried for me, reaching her arms back to me. Daddy, I want Daddy. And I cried back to her, please don't take my baby. And with those last words, they both walked out the door and out of my life. I still see her ghost in my house. I still hear the laughter she left behind. The giggles, I still see her light. I still watch cartoons when I'm alone just so I can remember. She was the only daughter I ever knew, and I loved them both. In life, sometimes there is no good reason. There is no good explanation. There is no closure. Sometimes your love just wasn't good enough for someone who wonders what else is out there. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side, but the truth is the grass is only greener wherever you water it. This was my first Christmas alone without them. It was brutal. I can't get out of bed. I put a Christmas tree, but it was empty. Are there any other men out there that have decided to never date a single mother again? Are there any men out there that became a father after 40? Where do I go from here? I don't want to date casually. I don't want meaningless or casual sex. All I want is to be married and have a family. Update 1. I want to take a minute to thank everyone for all the supportive comments and messages. I wasn't expecting this kind of response when I posted. I tend to pull away from everyone I know when I'm depressed and hurting, and this was the first time I really told anyone what happened. My family knows something is wrong since I didn't show up to any gatherings, but I haven't given them details yet until I can process it all. I guess I felt more comfortable sharing on Reddit. I used my real account. I wanted it to be real and raw and authentic. Anyways, everyone here has really gotten me through the night. I feel heard, and more important, I don't feel alone. Sometimes when we are in pain, it's easy to forget how many other people are also suffering, sometimes a very similar pain. I once read a quote that is fitting. We are all alone, together. Thank you, Redditors. Update 2. I'm in disbelief of all the attention and support. I keep getting messages and I can hardly keep up. You all have made my solitude and depression so much more bearable. I can't thank everyone enough. Even though there is an occasional negative comment, I understand it's the internet and there will always be hatred. I want to clear something up. Yes, I am 100% real and this is my story. It's not fabricated. I wrote this post 100% naturally to vent my pain. I fell in love with a woman and her daughter, and things happen in real life. We all know the pain of separations.